Good morning. Welcome to morning meditation. Today is Wednesday, September 28th. This morning, I and a few college students went on a run around campus. This morning we gathered at 8 a.m. and went for a good run. And it feels good to, one, to get up in the morning on such a beautiful day, but also to gather together in community in that way, to go out in the 32-degree weather and have that sense of solidarity. That's also why I look as if I look right now. We just got done about 10 minutes ago with our run, so this is why I am dressed and look as I am. But today in our gospel reading, we get Jesus talking about, and what are the stakes? What does it really mean to follow him? We find in our reading from the Gospel of Luke, we find this. As Jesus and his disciples were proceeding on their journey, someone said to him, "I will follow you wherever you go." And Jesus answered him, "Foxes have dens and birds of the sky have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to rest his head." And to another he said, "Follow me." But he replied, "Lord, let me go first and bury my father." But he answered him, "Let the dead bury their dead. But you, go and proclaim the kingdom of God." And another said, "I will follow you, Lord, but first let me say farewell to my family at home." Jesus answered him, "No one who sets a hand to the plow and looks to what was left behind is fit for the kingdom of God." We see three different people come to Christ in our gospel today and say, "I will follow you, Lord." And while we don't necessarily see the people's responses to Christ, we do get a response from Jesus that maybe they weren't expecting, right? "I will follow you wherever you go, Lord." Foxes have dens, and birds of the sky have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to rest his head. "Lord, I will follow you, but first let me bury my father. Let the dead bury their dead." These responses from Christ can seem so maybe blunt and off-putting and maybe unrealistic. But what we see Christ saying today is that when we say we are ready to follow him, we need to be all in. That we can't say to Christ, "I will follow you, yes, I will do this, yes, but first, let me do this thing for me." No, what Christ is telling us is that our priorities need to be Christ first, need to be God first. I think about this morning as we were setting out for our run. When my alarm went off in the morning, the first thought in my mind was, maybe no one will show up. And then I don't need to go on this run before work. And as we arrived in the morning, what I heard from a couple of our students was really the same thing. Was like, I was so ready to not go on this run, to stay at home and to sleep another half an hour, another hour. But I knew that, you would be expecting me. I knew that you'd be disappointed, right? But there's truth to that expectation of someone else. And when you say to someone, "Yes, I will be there," it's different than when we just say it to ourselves. If I tell myself I'm going to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to go for a run by myself, which I've told myself many times, what normally ends up happening is my alarm comes around at 6 o'clock and then I say, maybe not today. But when there's somebody expecting you, when you've said, here's where we're going to meet at this time, it changes. Suddenly, that willingness to get up and go is found. In the same way, we see these responses to Christ. Are these people going up to Jesus and simply saying, yep, I will follow you because that's what people are doing and it makes them feel good to say it in the moment? Yep, I'll follow you. Or are they really committing to it? And this is what Christ is getting at with these questions, to let the dead bury their dead, and to say the Son of Man has nowhere to rest their head. Christ is asking, are you ready to commit to this? Don't just say it to say it. But when you say, I will follow you, well, here's the time and here's the place, and I'll see you there. Christ is expecting us to show up. And not to say, oh, this came up, I'm so sorry, we'll have to do it next time. And so in every aspect of our lives, whether it's Mass on Sunday, whether it's helping with faith formation or other youth programs, or whether it's serving those in need, Christ isn't just asking us to, yeah, I know I'll think about it, but I've got this and this and this going on. But what Christ is asking us is, where are you going to show up? Here are the times and here are the places. And where are you going to show up? Because for each of us, he has something for us. Maybe it's not in the classroom on a Wednesday night, but it's somewhere. And so for each of us, when we say, yes, Lord, I will follow you, God knows where he wants us. So this week, let our yes not just be a, yeah, sure, with full knowledge that we're probably going to have to reschedule, but let our yes really mean something. And most especially our yes to God. Let it really mean something. So thank you for joining us this morning for morning meditation. We do this Tuesdays through Fridays around 9 o'clock on our Facebook pages and our YouTube page. So now I'm going to go figure out how I'm going to shower before folks come into the building. But thank you for joining us. God bless.